Welcome to Mega Talk.
And still the talk show in boxing. Well, that's it, guys. The big time has come. Anthony Joshua couldn't beat him. Tyson Fury couldn't beat him. Not even Daniel Dubois could beat him. But the rematch has come once again between Oleksandr Usyk and Daniel Dubois. Today is a little bit different what I'm going to talk about. Today I'm actually going to be talking about I blame Tony Bellew for this mess that we have in the heavyweight division, in the likes of Oleksandr Usyk being the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. And now you're probably thinking, what on earth is this guy talking about? Let me explain a little bit. The fight between Oleksandr Usyk and Tony Bellew was as such. Some of the things just to play back. Tony Bellew, after beating David Haye, he went on to fight Oleksandr Usyk, and some of the things that he was saying was that, oh my gosh, Usyk is a lunatic, and it's going to be like two lunatics fighting in the ring. He admitted that he couldn't outbox Usyk, but he was just saying that he was an amazing boxer. He explained that he was going to break Usyk's heart. He was basically saying that it's going to be blood and pain in that ring. What we did find that, yeah, Tony Bellew was winning the earlier rounds in that fight. It was very tactical. Bellew, when he was fighting him, even though he says that he was not going to fall into the trap of Usyk because he can't outbox him, what we found is that he was doing like sharpshooting. He was a sharp counteractive fighter against Usyk, very technical. And in fact, the first round 1 to round 4, Bellew was definitely winning this fight. He was fighting off the back foot and trying to lure Usyk into fighting him and then catch him with sharp counters, especially with the right. He didn't rush, he didn't overcommit, and then showing him good head movement and timing. But Usyk caught up. He worked him out, as he does in all cases. Usyk, his tempo increased. He began cutting off the ring, varying angles, and gradually wearing Bellew down. Bellew's output dropped and his fatigue set in, and Usyk's pressure mounted up. His defensive reaction slowed down and started getting caught more often. By round 8, Usyk feinted, drew a reaction, and landed a perfect left that knocked Bellew out cold. Good night. But what we see here is that even though Bellew says that Usyk was a better boxer than him, he still boxed him.
I think that Anthony Joshua copied what Tony Bellew done and trying to outbox him because he saw the success that Tony Bellew had earlier in the fight. And I think that Tyson Fury will probably watch the fight and says, I'm a better boxer than Tony Bellew. I'm going to show him how it should have been done. I'm going to outbox Oleksandr Usyk. Both men, I feel, had the wrong tactic.
Now, I think that this is what Anthony Joshua, I think this was his downfall in the first fight in particular, and even so in the second fight, because he explained before the fight that, listen, don't try and get into a boxing match with Usyk because he's a genius. But Anthony Joshua felt that people were saying that he had limited boxing skills, and he wanted to go in there and he wanted to prove people wrong. He wanted to show them, listen, I can box just as good as the next person, and even if I'm not as good as Usyk, down the line my boxing skills and then my fighting skills will take me home. I think that he was trying to prove something that he couldn't do. And once again, I blame Tony Bellew for this, because he tried to use a similar tactic of going in there to try and see if he can outbox Usyk. Tony Bellew did tell him, listen, Usyk's elite footwork and boxing IQ will give him a clear edge in a technical fight. He told him, try to walk him down and use your physical presence and your rhythm to try and trap him. But listen, two of them went in there, and two of them, I feel, went in there with the wrong mistake. I think that they went in there and they had the wrong fight plan, and they went in there and they tried to outbox the boxer. And I know that Tony Bellew has got a good IQ, regardless of what people say. He is a smart boxer. If he wasn't, he wouldn't have been winning that fight. But I think that they fought the wrong fight. They tried to outbox the boxer and they couldn't do it. And also, we saw that AJ never had a plan B. What happens then when Tyson Fury goes into that fight? Tyson Fury has got very, very good boxing skills, and he has got good boxing ability. He's got IQ. Doesn't matter what he looks like, because some people say, oh, well, he doesn't look fleet-footed like how the lighter ones do. It doesn't matter about that. But what did Tyson Fury do? Even though that Tyson Fury can box, what did he try to do? He tried to box the boxer. This guy is a boxing specialist, and Usyk's the thing what makes Usyk so good is his footwork. So his footwork can take him out of a lot of difficult situations. And I think Tyson went in there with the idea to say that Usyk is exceptional of adapting to aggressive fighter and turning the pressure into openings. Might be, but once again, Tyson Fury was having a lot of success in the beginning of that fight, especially when it got to the middle rounds, until he got sloppy and got caught. And what happened then? He got caught, and when he got caught, Usyk just took over the fight and he started to box smartly. And he just says, okay, I'll just box smartly from here because I've got an awkward defense and I've got an awkward style. You're not going to be able to catch me. And all that happened is that Tyson Fury just ended chasing Usyk, and that was a problem. He got caught time and time again. And then we could go on to the fight that Daniel Dubois, he had a fight with. But we could go on to Daniel Dubois' fight. Yes, Daniel Dubois had a bad first fight. But you know something? I think he has learned from the first fight. I'm not saying that his technical skills can match Usyk. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying that he has got the ability to catch Usyk and fight Usyk aggressively better than what Tyson Fury did, better than what Anthony Joshua did. He's got better defense than Anthony Joshua, and he definitely punches harder than Tyson Fury. Mix those two together this time. I think is the idea of him going in there and losing faith, and because he loses faith, he'll end up getting dropped with a jab and quitting. I think people need to get that out of their heads. If there was a game plan for Daniel Dubois this time round, it would be, if things go wrong, don't let them get on top of you. If he gives you A lot of pressure, don't make it get on top of you. If the referee's on his side, don't let it get on top of you. It doesn't matter, even if you are struggling, don't let it get on top of you. That's where I think that Daniel Dubois went wrong in the last fight. And I think all of us can say he has definitely improved a great deal. And because of this improvement, I think that his mindset is the thing that is going to make the difference. Has he got Usyk's number? I don't know. But as he riled Usyk, well, that's probably the closest that we'll see to Usyk getting riled, if you can call walking out of the press conference getting riled. But that was not because of his boxing skills or the boxing plan. That was when he was challenging, Don Charles was challenging Usyk's religion. You know, that had nothing to do with boxing. People say that Daniel Dubois needs to knock out Usyk. And you know what? I think that is exactly what he needs to do. He needs to go there and use his physicality, and he has got to push hard early through the fight. This time using more jabs than what he did. This time using twos and using threes. This time going more times to the body. It doesn't matter where people will say that, okay, if people think that Usyk's body was weak before, he would have gone and trained, and now that he's trained that body, you ain't going to be able to touch him. Listen, once weak there, always weak there. He is fighting against people who is as powerful could be. So who do I think is going to win this one? I think it is safe to say that Daniel Dubois has learnt enough, and I think it's safe to say that Daniel Dubois is going to win this fight. Yes, I says it. Daniel Dubois is going to knock out Oleksandr Usyk, and I think Oleksandr Usyk is a brilliant fighter. I think Oleksandr Usyk, age has probably caught up with him, and I think this time when he starts receiving the landing of Daniel Dubois' punches, he will not be able to stay in there with it. Yes, I says it. So this time, do not follow Bellew's pattern. Go in there and fight the fight that you need to fight. You're not going there to fight Usyk's fight. You're not trying to outsmart him, outdo him. Go in there and just fight how you fight. Thank you for listening to Mega Talk. I know what I'm saying is controversial, but let's see how this fight turns out. Who do you have winning this fight?